Hello everyone and welcome to a new Devlog video. First of all, I want to wish you all a happy new year. We finally entered a new decade, the 2020s, and I hope that you guys are all ready to work productively on your projects, and I wish you all a big success on all of your projects. After the very successful launch of the first playable alpha of Quantum Ruins, I wanted to thank you all who took the time to play the game and to report all the bugs. We also had some speed runs, which is pretty great. It was awesome to see you guys play the game and give me some feedback. Now it's time to improve upon the game, and today I want to share with you guys 10 features that I'd like to work on for the next playable demo, which I plan on releasing in April 2020. I'm currently challenging myself to release a demo every 4 months. This way I stay motivated and you guys will also be able to see how the game evolves instead of just waiting for a very long time before releasing something playable. So with no further ado, let's just dive into it. The very first thing that I'm going to implement in the new alpha is the whole energy system. You guys have seen it in the videos, but I did not add it to the first playable demo. Basically, the character is going to be able to absorb energy from the enemies that you destroy, but also from some parts of the environment that you break. So for example, the rocks that you break will give you energy points that you can then use to perform certain tasks. The aura is also going to make an appearance here. In the previous alpha, it was a secret that you could unlock, but here I'm going to properly introduce the very first aura color, the blue aura, and with the blue aura, you'll be able to go through the blue barriers and also to break some special blue breakables. And of course, the energy points are also going to be used for healing. This is going to be the main way you'll be able to heal your character, so energy points are going to play a major role in the game. The second feature is going to be the ability to move while crouching. This is going to be used mainly to go through some more narrow passages, and it's going to add a little bit more depth to the way you explore the environment. I want to make the exploration as interesting as possible, and so these narrow passages that you can crouch through are going to make the whole experience a little bit more enjoyable. The third feature is going to be the ability to grab ledges. Right now, the character cannot do that. As the explorer he is, he has to be able to grab ledges, so this way you'll be able to reach some more difficult part of the environment, especially before you unlock the wall jump. Grabledging is usually a main feature of exploration games, so I really had to add it here. The fourth feature is probably one of my favorite. There is going to be an exploration base. The game I'm working on, Quantum Ruins, highly focuses on exploration, but instead of having your character just exploring around, I really want to have in the environment a base that you go back to. Since Quantum Ruins is going to feature a very big non-linear map full of enemies, traps, and all sort of danger, I really want to have an exploration base where the character can go back to. You can save there, you can heal there, and you can also store all sort of collectibles there. Something that really fascinates me is archaeology in general, and a real-life archaeologist and explorer always has a base where he can go back to. The exploration base is going to have some very important features for you. So there's going to be a healing point, a teleport point where you can teleport back to from other locations of the map. You can also, of course, store some of the artifacts that you find there. I really like this feature because you'll be able to see your exploration base get nicer and better since all the artifacts are going to be stored there. So I want to give this idea of having a point, sort of like a house where you can go back to, so that the base acts as a safe point for you, the explorer. The exploration base is also going to have something very important, which is a crafting bench. This leads us to our fifth point. The fifth feature that I'm going to add to the game is a crafting system. I am extremely excited about crafting for the game. Crafting in Quantum Ruins is going to be a little bit different than the usual crafting that you find in other games. In fact, it's going to be focused on fixing stuff more than actually making stuff. See, something that has always fascinated me about exploration, ancient ruins, archaeology, is that you visit a place that is broken. There are things that do not work anymore. You are entering a place that used to be alive, but that is now dead. Now imagine you're exploring these ruins. You may end up finding some things that used to work but that do not work anymore. And I think that there is a lot of potential in this idea, especially considering that the ruins that we're exploring here come from a highly advanced civilization, which used to have highly advanced scientific knowledge. So the crafting in the game is going to be used to fix some circuits, which may open some door, fix some elevators, fix some engines. I really like the idea of fixing a power generator and something along these lines. And the items that you're going to use for crafting are going to come from the enemies that you destroy. In fact, the ruins that are moving around and that try to kill you are actually the sentinels of the ruins. So you can see them as some sort of robots. So you can imagine that when you destroy them, you could collect some parts that you can use to fix other parts of the whole ruins. I also really like the crafting idea because it goes really well with the character and the story, which I'm going to expand upon in my next video about who the character is, why he's there, and all of that. The sixth feature is actually linked to the crafting, and it's the idea of recovering data from some ancient ruins. I'm thinking about some ancient data disks, for example. These are going to play the role of blueprints that you need to craft certain items. So for example, if you want to craft a small engine, you need to know how to, and you can do that once you have recovered the data disk containing the information about how to craft a small engine. So if you go around the area, you'll find some of these data disks that you can bring to your exploration base. Once you bring them to your crafting bench, you'll upload the information there. This way you'll be able to do all the reverse engineering and craft your small engine. Then you'll be able to place somewhere in the environment to push exploration forward. The seventh feature that I'm going to implement is some fixable teleportation points. So Quantum Ruins is going to feature a pretty large map. And if on one side we have our exploration base, which is your save point where you go back to and do all of the crafting, healing, and all of that, on the other side you are confronted with a very large map, which is going to be hard and dangerous to explore. Now if you go very far, you want to be able at some point to go back to exploration base. And here is where teleportation points play a role. Now instead of just activating them as you get there, like it's done in other games, I really want to add an extra layer there, and I want to have the teleportation points scattered across the map, and I want them to be broken. So it's gonna be your goal to fix the teleportation points. So that way you can go back, fix the teleportation points, and then from that point on, you'll be able to teleport your way back. The next feature of the game is, of course, going to be a new area that you'll be able to explore. Right now, we've just seen a small part of the mountain area. And what I'm going to work on for the next demo is going to be a very large jungle area with a temple in it. And it's going to be in this temple that you find the first aura upgrade. So I'm going to work on a new tile set for the jungle area and jungle temple, and I'm going to add that to the map that I've already got. I just can't wait to work on this. And of course, who says temple in a jungle also says traps, which is going to be the next feature of the game. I couldn't be more excited about adding traps to the game. I still have to do some brainstorm, but I'm thinking about, some traps coming from the floor, or you stepping on something and activating a trap, or also having some traps involving water. So you go in a room and there is suddenly water entering the room, and if you don't find a way out, you'll stay there and see your character die miserably. And then the final feature that I'm going to implement in the game is, of course, a new enemy, and I have decided to implement a laser eye enemy. This was actually suggested by one of you guys. I don't remember the name right now. I'll add it here on screen. The idea here is to have some static statues that activate when they see your presence, and to have their eyes shoot some lasers. This is going to be a major enemy of the jungle area, and I really want to add that extra layer of danger by placing the laser eye enemies above you to certain areas that you may not be able to access to easily, so that way you need to kind of snake your way around. I think it's gonna be very, very fun to add that to the game. So here you have it, the 10 features for Alpha 2.0. I'm very excited and I'm going to start right now because April is going to come pretty soon, guys. So yeah, there's a lot to work on, but I'm very motivated and I hope that you guys will follow this journey with me. And as usual, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. If you haven't already, you can go play the Alpha 1.0, link down below. You can also join the Discord server. We are currently working on implementing a leveling system so that you level up the more you are active within the server. At some point, you'll be able to access some secret channels where I'm going to share some more information about the story and some secrets about quantum ruins. With that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful day and I'll see you in my next video.